for soldiers. Soldiers don't go to hell. It's war. Soldiers, they kill other soldiers. We're in a situation where everybody involved knows the stakes.
Hey, how you doing?
God. Okay. Pain. Fucking pain is so bad. Oh, God. I'm always in fucking pain. Alright, how are you?
Man, how you doing today?
Oh, feeling stressed out. Are you recording now?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I just ripped it lining up my coat. God damn it. I heard, did you hear that? Oh shit. Alright. I went to the food bank today with my parents to get you have free turkey, tons of vegetables if you need some fresh vegetables. I've got lots of celery, apples, I've got
Green apples?
peas, red apples. And my brother liked the green ones and the yellow. I wish I could eat an apple. I bought the caramel apple dip shit and everything. But I have to slice it like paper thin because I don't have teeth. It's really fucking hard to eat this shit. But I was stressing my dad out with my money I want left on my card. And he's like, if you leave money on your card, you're going to find a way to do the stuff you like to do. You know? And he's like, I don't want money on your card. And I said, well, you have to leave it on there for certain things, you know? And I said, I want $100 for laundry. I've got laundry practically to the ceiling. So much fucking laundry I gotta do. I'm just like, my addiction took over everything. Now I'm in debt again and may have to file for bankruptcy a second time while living here. It's fucked up. I just got all these credit cards like about a year ago. Yeah, a year ago. And a guy that's locked up, registered fucking sex offender, raped a white woman. That he's fucked up. He's my boyfriend. I tried. But he's bisexual. And he likes transgender people. You know, he likes the guy with a dick. And my other friend is like that too. They like the woman boobs and butt. But they want a dick on the guy. And then, of course, they're going to just shit to their ass. I mean, these guys are perverts. They're in oh my God, they're in a sex offender rehabilitation center here in Jersey. I've been through so many of those guys. I would just like talk to them because they send me money. That was the little hustle I had going on. But I had to end it with the one. He's a piece of shit. Total piece of shit. I fucking hate him. He was talking to different people. He always knew what I was doing. How locked up? How the fuck you gonna know what I'm doing all day? And he would screw around and say, oh, there's a little birdie on the wire in front of your apartment. It tells me everything you do. I was like, fuck you, you know? And I broke up with him. I worry about her because she used to like help me and talk to me and pray with me. And one time I was like really messed up. It was so hot outside and I'm running around doing shit, walking everywhere. And I can't walk a lot with my asthma and the pain in my back and everything. And, but I walked to her and to talk to her, and she's like, sit down a second, Machell. And so I sat down on the step, and she's like, just so you can get your balance back, because if I don't drink enough fluids and shit, like, I have a salt imbalance. Like I was telling you before, like from taking lithium. And it's called diabetes insipidus. So it's the opposite of sugar diabetes. It's a salt problem where I have to use a hormonal nose spray. Spray one spray up my nose every single morning to keep myself out of the hospital. And if I don't drink enough fluids, I end up in the hospital with that.
So what was it like growing up as a kid?
I know, I go off on tangents. Great. Except my dad would beat the crap out of me. But I had a great life other than that. I mean, my dad, he was an accountant. His very first job he ever had was right out of high school. He was there 33 and a half years. And they were downsizing. He was one of the highest paid people in the company. So they fired him first. They didn't know he was doing his boss's job and his job and running a warehouse. And he made the whole, like, he, like, devised, like, the whole, what do you call the thing? The, like, quality control thing, like because it was like a warehouse, like to keep track of like all the inventory. My dad made that up himself, and it worked great. I mean, that's what they were doing. And these fucking cigars go out. I gotta try to relight this. And this helps my anxiety talking about my shit, you know. And I love my family and everything, but like my mom always felt like she had to shelter me. I can't do that what you just did because of my asthma. That's cool. With the smoke. Yeah. I had really great parents, but my mom felt like she had to shelter me and protect me from the whole fucking world. And she now even says, like, what did I do wrong? I said, you did nothing wrong. You're the best mother in the world. I would never want any other, sorry, my neck. I would never want other parents ever. I don't, even if we've been through a lot of shit, I don't care. I was like, I love you guys. And I would never, I mean, I had brain surgery. She didn't take a shower for like 3 weeks when I was in the hospital. She would not go home. She wouldn't leave my side except to go and pee because they almost gave me the wrong medication after my brain surgery one time. My mom went off on that nurse.
Your dad used to do any drugs?
No. My mom and dad met. My mom was smoking cigarettes. One day my dad grabbed them, threw them out the car window, and said, you're not smoking anymore. So she didn't smoke ever again. They have amazing willpower, both of them. No drugs. I mean, he had like a wine cellar, and I would like to drink when I was a teenager. So my mom, the nights we were home, usually we ate out almost every fucking night. Like, I'm not used to being broke. This shit sucks. But yeah, like we ate out like every single night almost. And when she would cook, like she'd make like real big, huge meals, you know. And it was only 4 of us, me and my dad and my brother. And so I'd always say, hey Dad, can we open up a bottle? I think a bottle of red wine would be really good with this chicken parmesan and spaghetti, and I made the garlic bread. Come on, Dad. And he'd be like, okay, Michelle, I'll open one for you. I would drink almost the whole bottle. He would try to like keep it away from me. But like I started drinking when I was, let me think, 5, 6 years old. My dad could even be a little younger. I'm not sure. So they, my dad would drink, you know, the little pony bottles of Michelob beer, real small little bottles. He loved Michelob. That's my favorite beer because that's what I was drinking, you know. He would drink almost the whole thing, leave a little bit in the bottle, and he'd say, Michelle, you can drink the rest. But while you're walking to the refrigerator, get me another beer. And it didn't happen often. He didn't drink hardly at all. And he liked his gin and tonics too. I wouldn't touch that shit. That's nasty. Gin, I hate that shit. And but yeah, and I would drink just that little bit out of like a 6. Well, those were 8-packs, I think, back then, weren't they? I think they were 8-packs, not 6-packs. And so I'd be drunk. That little tiny bit out of like 6 to 8 beers, I was loaded. Like, I mean, I was wasted, you know. And my mom be coming home and she'd be like, what'd you do to her? You know, I love my parents. We go out to eat all the time, and my mom would get drinks, and she would let me eat the cherry or the orange off the top of the drink, and how they make the drinks look real nice and have like a little sip. But she wouldn't let me really drink it. She didn't like that shit, you know, like me doing that. She didn't know what my dad was doing with the beer, I don't think. And so yeah, when I was a teenager, like my brother and I would fight over who got the cherry, who got the fucking orange off the drink. And I thought she was drinking each time we went out. She said, Michelle, I got ones without alcohol. I was like, really? She's like, yes, I don't like to drink. I don't like that, to feel inebriated. Can't talk, inebriated. I don't like that feeling like I'm not in control of my body and just like everything feels weird. I said, well, I love that feeling, you know. But yeah, I love my mom. And so I don't know. I smoke every now and again.
What's your favorite drug?
Crack.
When you start smoking crack?
20 years old.
How it
20.
started.
First, it was marijuana. Well, first the alcohol stuff. And when I was a kid, I was addicted to a medication. My mom, I was really young. I was very hyper because I was allergic to like preservatives. I was allergic to dyes, preservatives, anything with like cornstarch, corn sugar. I was allergic to corn, and I'm allergic to all citrus fruits. If I eat anything with lemon or drink anything with lemon, oh my god, I feel like I have to go to the hospital. I mean, my throat tightens up. I've got an EpiPen, and I'm allergic to chocolate. I still eat this shit every fucking day. But I have my EpiPen right there. I'll shove that thing in my thigh if I need to. And then call 911. I never actually went into anaphylactic shock. I was close a few times. I got stung by bees. I'm really allergic to bees. Real bad too. I'm allergic to fucking everything. Grass. When they cut the grass out here, I've got to go inside. I can't come outside. The smell of the cut grass like bothers my nose, my eyes, and I get pressure in my ears, and I can't breathe. It fucks my lungs up. I've been like that since I was a kid.
So how did crack start?
Oh yeah, back to that. My brother and his friend, it was the little vials of the powdered crack back then. Figure that's 31 years ago. So, and we would go to Kensington to get it, Philly. And every day we would multiple times be going over the bridge getting shit. And my brother's friend, they would get marijuana and put it in the thing, and they'd sprinkle the crack on it, like lace it. No, not Lucy, that's a single. They lace it, with the crack, the marijuana with the crack. So, and I remember the first time I smoked weed, though, like, I didn't feel anything. And I have trouble inhaling. And I've had asthma since I was 15. I started smoking cigarettes at 20. I started everything at 20, practically. And then I met my husband. I started doing heroin with him. And I had a heroin overdose. When my son was 1.5 years old, my mom, I thought I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. And
talk about it.
They had tubes up my nose, down my throat. I was on a breathing machine. I thought I was fucking paralyzed when I woke up. And shit, oh my god. And my ex-husband was standing there holding my son. And, thank you. He was holding my son. And just smiling at me. And I don't know if he tried to kill me, because he was fine. He would shoot me up. He would get a belt, wrap it around, like right here, and in my left hand usually. I've got little spots on my hands from it. He would shoot me up, and we only did that for a few months. And then I was like, if you snort it, you get a better high. That when you shoot it, you get a rush. But when you when you like snort heroin, like it lasts longer. Your high lasts longer. It's more even. You know what I mean? I didn't like that rush back then. I did with crack, but it was a different feeling. And how you just fall asleep and nod out. You're like. You know what I said? I want to say it out loud. Yeah, how she's walking around with this all the time, how she does that. I love her. I'm going to give her some, food. I've got stuff to give her. Mine, I don't want to give mine up. But my mom will give me one of hers. She's got a bunch of them. I'm saving money to, oh yeah, with the heroin thing. I thought I was paralyzed. I get off track and forget what I'm saying.
Okay.
The brain aneurysms really fucked my brain up, and the drugs have like fried my fucking brain. My short-term memory sucks. My long-term memory is good. That's like your past, and that's the things you always remember. Long-term, but short-term's like when, say you teach me how to light a cigarette. It might be hard for me to get that memory of how to actually light a cigarette. Get that to be stored in the long-term memory. I know a lot about medical shit. I love it. I read a lot about it. And I'm going to go to the eye doctor next Monday. So I'll be able to see and be able to start reading again, like really reading. I used to be able to read a book in a day and a half. Like a Stephen King novel or Dinar Koontz. And after the brain surgery, I couldn't read. So the brain surgeon told my mom, get her to crawl on the floor. It'll like help her, um, with tracking, because like I couldn't follow the sentence. I'd have to put my finger like above the shit, I mean below it. Like I learned to do that later. And my mom would say, get a ruler or use a bookmark and go line by line and read. But before I was doing that, and when I realized I really had a problem after the surgery, um, I would get started a paragraph, get to about the middle of the sentence, of the first sentence, first line. My eyes would shift all the way to the left and go down 2 lines. And so I'd be on like, what, the fourth line. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And it kept happening. And so I was crawling on the floor all the time without knowing she was making me do it. I had a rabbit. He would shit all over my mom's living room. But I didn't care. She didn't care. I cleaned it all up. And that was another way to get me to crawl. Cleaning up the rabbit crap all over the floor. The little pellets of rabbit pellets. I love my rabbit. Beautiful white rabbit. I don't even remember its name. We had another one. My mom named him. She named most of her pets. She named him Groucho after Groucho Marx, because she said he looked like he had a little mustache like Groucho Marx. My mom's crazy. I love her though. I love that woman. But and she always made life fun. Like amazing lady. And no matter how sick she is, she tries to answer the phone when I call. And she's got cancer, leukemia. And it's fucking killing me because I can't be there to help her. I told my mom and my dad, I'll come over, I'll clean your whole fucking apartment. Fuck my shit. It can look like hell. I don't care. But I want you to have a clean apartment. I will cook food at my place because my kitchen's clean, in the bathroom. But everything else is a fucking mess, But I was like, I'll clean your whole apartment. I remember one, what was that? 4th of July, I was over there, and it looked like she didn't clean her toilet for like 30 years. And so I was like cleaning her toilet. It took me like an hour to clean her whole fucking toilet, like from top to bottom, But because my son's living with them, and I don't want him around that. I don't want filth around him, Mm-mm. That's my baby. I only have one kid, and he has a gun charge, and so he's going to probably move to New Hampshire when the gun charge is cleared. He's not allowed to get out of Jersey yet. And I want him to stay with my parents. So my parents have I need someone to watch my mom at night. I'm scared she's going to fucking die. And my dad has a heart problem. They both have diabetes. And she just like, I don't know. I'm just scared. It's like I told her if she dies, it's going to fucking kill me. I will never be the same, She's been like my whole world. She's been like my anchor, like, at me, like, and my dad too. I mean, he's hard as hell on me, but for a reason, because I don't fucking listen. Now I'm hard to, like, manage, and, like, I don't know how my mom's done it. Like, she had to step back and just, now I have doctors helping me, nurses. I go to therapy. I have therapy twice a week on the phone. One, a drug and alcohol therapist. I've had her for 3 years. And I have a sex therapist to help me with the sexual kind of things that have happened in my life. Abuse and like, oh, a bunch of bullshit. And then the guy that raped me down the street from me, drugged me, and then raped me. Rubbing cream on his hands, saying, I'm going to numb you. And I felt him wipe it on me, and I woke up, and I was laying in the opposite direction on the couch with a blanket over me and no underwear on. But I had this dress thing on, but no underwear, no pants, nothing. And there was cum all over me, on the outside of me. So I knew not to wash my hands, pee, nothing. I got all my medicine together. Like, I packed up enough for a whole day and went to Cooper Hospital, and I had forensic testing done. That motherfucker's still down my street, thinking it's funny. And sometimes when I walk past him, I'll call him a rapist. The motherfucker, I hate him. I won't say names, but, like, oh, God. I like, I don't hate him anymore. Like, I've really worked through it, like, mostly on my own. Like, some people just think, like, that control, that's like rape dynamics, like the things he was doing, like the things he was saying to me, because I don't lay there like a dead fish when someone's fucking me, right? And so, like, he was saying, don't move, I'm trying to get into a rhythm, you're throwing my rhythm off. And I was like thinking, what the fuck, why would you say something? And he yelled at me when he said it. Why the fuck would you say shit like that? Here.
What years was your best years?
12th grade. I loved it. And the year my son was born. I think that's the best year of my life. Fuck my husband. We only got married because I needed health insurance for me and my son. And my dad said, if he doesn't marry you before Adam's 1, my son Adam, it's like, if you're not married by the time he turns 1 year old, then he's out of my house. They had a house in Maple Shade, and my parents did.
So he was living with you?
Yeah. Yep. And it's funny, my brother and I both met our spouses at the same gas station. Isn't that funny? We both married. Yeah, because the head mechanic's daughter was always up there with her dad, and my brother loved her. They live in Arizona now. They have a baby. Well, not a baby. She's like a couple years younger than my son. My son's 28. So, but I had braces when I was a kid, and before they would put the braces on, they told my mom they would have to cut off part of my tongue. They weren't going to cut off part of my tongue. They said, your daughter's tongue is too long, and it's going to fuck up the bottom teeth. But and you know what? I had braces for 4 fucking years. I was only supposed to have them for 2. But I kept chewing gum and eating apples and eating lollipops and chewing on lollipops, breaking the braces. Have to go back. They have to fix them and all that. But my teeth on the bottom did set the way they should have. They set just right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was it like partying? The parties you used to have.
I never liked all that.
You never liked the party?
Not like having big parties. I had a small family. Me and my brother and my aunt and uncle and my mom and dad and my other aunt, well, was there for a while and then she moved off and got married. But, and my grandmom and my grandpa. So it's like real small family things. That's what I loved. And not getting high, drinking, or when I was younger, But like the partying thing, the only way I would like to party, like I wouldn't like to be around a lot of people. I have like a social anxiety.
You do as a kid or a teenager, you still do now?
Color. It helps my anxiety. I have OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. So, like, that's why I smoke a lot. And, like, repetitive things with my hands, like motions or smoking, that helps me. And so, my mom always is like, get the coloring books out, Machell. Leave me the fuck alone. Go drink a cup of hot tea. Hold the hot tea in your hands. Feel how hot it is, how warm it is. And then sit down and fucking color. And I'm like, oh, God. So my grandma, when she died, I got all of her markers and all this stuff. So, like, I got coloring books. And I did a little bit of one when I was real stressed out recently. But I used to like to do latch hooks. Do you know what that is? You make, like, little pillows out of them or whatever. Like, you have this little hook thing. And you put a tiny little piece of, like, like yarn kind of thing. But they cut it. They cut it, like rounds, and they're like about that tall. So you got to loop it around the thing. And that is something I've been talking to my therapist about that I wanted to start doing again. And I have I can't even talk. I have a latch hook thing right by my bed. So I'm going to start doing it. It's a cat and dog one because I love animals, And I'm going to start doing that because that used to help my anxiety. Because when I get pissed off, you have to like tighten the knot after you loop it and pull it through. And there's a knot. You got to tighten it. So pulling that shit will help my anxiety. My therapist is like, that's amazing. You thought of something like that, Machell. And she's always telling me, like, you know what's wrong with you. Most people that I help don't know what's wrong with them. And then she said, "You're so insightful. You think of different ways to like help yourself, calm yourself down, and like and shit like that, you know." So she's like, I don't know. I really like my therapist, and she got more. She went back to college and is doing doing different different technique of therapy with me now. I think it's called DBT, dialectic, dialectic or dialectical, I forget, behavior therapy. So when I get emotionally dysregulated and I want to fucking kill somebody, not really kill somebody, but I want to because I get mad, but I wouldn't kill somebody, I don't think. It always pisses me off enough that I want to, but, well, I have, but like, I just walk away. But, you know, like, I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. Oh my God. I talk and can't remember what the fuck I'm talking about. I have so much brain damage, it's not even funny. Oh yeah, the new therapy. Thank you. You got a good brain. I don't.
I like listening.
You do. That's good. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is the kind of shit that helps me. You know. This is like a therapy session. I got it 2:00 every day. I want to come and talk to you. Now I'm fucking with you. Yeah, but the 2 therapies every week, they fucking help, man. They really fucking help me. And she'll say when you get this emotionally dysregulated, like where I want to hurt somebody or myself, or I want to get high, or if I have a boyfriend, want to cheat on them, just go out and suck somebody's dick and then go back and tell them about it later, shit like that, you know. And she's like, don't do that shit, Machell. She's like, go in your freezer, grab ice packs, put them on your cheeks, and keep putting them all over your face, and then I'll start putting them on my neck and my chest. She said, that will slow your heart rate. It shocks your body. The ice cold, like the ice, like it shocks your body and lowers your heart rate and calms you down. And that fucking shit works. Did you ever think of something like that would work? I gotta move to Alaska. There'll be plenty of ice. Like grab chunks of ice, put them on my face now. I don't know. I would love to go somewhere like that. I want to be around snow. I love the snow. The cold air. This feels good out here now. It's nice and cool. What
would you do with $1 million right now?
Buy $1 million worth of crack. No, I would buy $500,000 of crack. I probably would, you know what I mean? But no, I'd buy my parents a house before I did anything. I'd make sure my son is fine. Buy him his own house. I would, if I had millions, billions, whatever, you know what I would do? I would buy my mom and dad a house for themselves, a house for my son. He had his own house. Buy myself a house, buy my aunt and uncle a house, and all the 4 houses will be right in a row, all next to each other. It'll be fucking mansions, and I'll have people cleaning them all the time. I'll have chefs. If I had money out my ass like that, my family would want nothing, because I never needed a fucking thing, because they made sure I was always okay. My family would come before I would. But then the crack would come a little bit later. But no.
How crack make you feel? What's your
favorite
drug?
It helps my pain. I have, like right now I've got a shooting pain in my spine. And it's been cramping all day. I get muscle spasms and pain.
What does it do for you? Other than the pain, helps you pain.
It like kind of numbs me for just a little while. And I like my ears, like when I have certain songs I like to listen to right when I go to take a hit, and it makes the music sound a little different and sounds so cool. I love it. That sounds weird, right? But now you get like this different. Not everybody does, but you know, I've met a few people like they do hear like a little differently. But I know some people like she'll like walk around and crawl around on the floor. And it looks like she's acting like a cat, like ready to stalk a bird. Crawl around the floor real slow. You know. I love her, but I don't know. And her man walks around with a hammer thinking everybody's laying under the bed. Thinks a person in this apartment complex is under the bed. I was sitting on the bed one day and he walked in with a hammer. I was in her apartment. And he had a hammer. He said, Machell, someone could get hurt right now, seriously hurt. I was like, what's wrong, baby? Sit down with me. He's like, no, someone's under the bed. And I'm like, yo, man, look. I'm bouncing up and down, right? And on the bed, he's laughing, and I'm like, he'd be dead right now, because I'm big and fat. I'd crush that motherfucker. And I wouldn't let anybody fuck with you or your girl. And you better know that shit. You know? You have really nice eyes. I love your eyes, the shape of your eyes. I always look at your eyes. But, and, but, I don't know. I lost my train of thought again. The crack. Yeah, I get that rush. I love that rush. It's different from a heroin rush. Like with the shooting heroin, completely different. I don't fuck with needles or none of that shit no more. Or heroin. I can't. Because I don't want to get addicted. I would get addicted easily again. Very fucking easily. And I can't. I OD'd, I almost fucking died. I had a near-death experience. Do you believe in them?
Mm-hmm.
When I OD'd, I told my ex-husband, we were married at the time, and I said, I'm dying. And he said, shut the fuck up. You always say shit like that. And I'm like, I'm serious this time. Call 911, hide the fucking drugs and needles, and don't forget the baby in the bedroom. Tell them I did heroin. Tell them every drug I did today, because I'm dying. And then I just remember feeling dizzy. And so apparently I fell on the floor. I don't know if I did. I don't remember that. But it felt like I was swirling around in a tunnel. Like a vacuum cleaner, like suction. I felt like it was being pulled out of my body. It was the weirdest shit. I don't hallucinate. I'm like think nutty shit, but I don't hallucinate. So, yeah, but like, and like swirling through this tunnel, fucking being sucked out of my body, right? And it's like, the tunnel was like grayish, blackish lines. I remember like white, like more like gray. And then going through this fucking tunnel thing, I could feel it really felt like I was being sucked out of my body. The only thing I think of is like a vacuum cleaner to suction, you know? And all of a sudden, I felt fine. And I saw this yellow light. It was like, and it had orange, it was like golden, yellowy, orange colored light. And I heard, I don't hear voices, but I used to, but not this thing. I'm on medicine for that now. I'm a nut, I know. But no, I heard a voice saying, everything's okay. You're fine now. It's all right. Like, and the same thing happened when my grandfather died. Well, I didn't feel like I was going through a tunnel, but because like I'm American Indian, and I talk to a woman about this. I tell people about these things that happen in my life. I think I'm really connected to God. I really truly believe I am.
You are.
I really believe it. That's why I tell everybody, God bless you. I always say that to you, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
To make sure I'm friendly to people, be nice to people. I treat people how I want it. I'm going to be like, people say hi to me when they see me walking down the street. Not those little kids that say, hey, crackhead, or something like that. I'm like, I love you when they do it. I'm like, I love you, you know. I'm like, you don't need to live like you're living.
Mm-hmm.
Go to school, get a fucking job, go to college, you have a beautiful wife, beautiful cars, house, you know, money in the bank. I'm like, you know, I love you guys. I want better for you than living in this fucking place, stuck here. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that for any child. Especially boys, because I had a son. You know? I'm partial to boys. Little girls, like, I don't know how to play with them. You know? I never played with dolls. I never did girly shit. You know? Didn't like makeup. I don't wear makeup except lipstick once in a while. You know? But, but this thing with my grandfather, right? Because the American Indian thing, that's what this lady explained. Because I was in a Christian drug rehab for women. My son was 2 years old. 2 years old. And so I knew I needed help. Because I didn't want to be snorting heroin anymore. Because I stopped the needles after the overdose. That was the last time I ever let him put a needle in me. Ever. That was it. And I was like, and of course, you rationalize shit. Oh, this snorting heroin, I never OD'd on that. So that's safe, but it's fucking not. You never know what people put in shit. You know? All of it's bad. But, don't fuck with the heroin and everything. But, grandfather. Anyway, I was in the Christian drug rehab for women. because I realized I really have a fucking problem. I was in there for almost a year, and it was in Flemington, New Jersey. It was a little barn house thing. It was really cool, and they had a little round thing like walk around, little circle thing. That actual track was just like there's grass in the middle. It was like the driveway kind of thing. It was cool though, and everybody would walk. I played basketball all the time. I was 20. Let me think. 26 or something. Wait, I had my son when I was 22. 9 days later, I was 23. Yeah, 26. Because I remember I had my birthday when I was there, and I'm like, I'm 27 now. That's further from, or maybe I was 27. I was like, that's too close to 30. This is fucking with me. I'm going to die when I'm 29 years old. 2 of my friends died when they were 29. No. And I said, I'm going to die soon. And I'm like, and I cried on my birthday. I spent it alone. But you said happy birthday to me at least 5 fucking times. That made my fucking day. Thank you. You were the first one to say it. My mom's really smart. She tells me, my dad too, would teach me about everything. I love him for that shit. But my grandpa, let me get back to that shit. I had the dream catcher. You know what a dream catcher is? Okay. The little feathers on the bottom. Well, I kept it on my mirror. And one day, I was cleaning my room, and I took it down, and I'm looking at it, and I'm just holding it in my hand, thinking about what the women were saying, and I heard, I don't know if it was male or female, voices, and they were like, you can put it away now, everything's okay. And I wasn't hearing voices and shit like that, or that anything weird. Someone told me, because I'm American Indian, that was my ancestors telling me, and my grandfather telling me, I'm okay, I'm safe now. You don't have to beg people to pray for me. Because the American Indian thing, that the way they, how they do like peyote and they do all that fun stuff, whatever. I never did that, but yeah, like there's like another realm, like they believe in like bear spirits watch over them, and wolves. And my mom said when people die, don't talk about them because it like stirs them up, like in the grave, causes them like physical pain, emotional pain. Their spirit's still alive, I believe that there's a heaven. I'm not positive what happens when you die. I don't know. I haven't died yet. I'm curious though. I hope something happens. I don't want it just to end, But like when I smoke crack, like I'll pinch my nose closed because I have trouble with holding my breath. And if somebody would do that with me, right? And I hold my breath as long as I can until it feels like my brain's going to burst, right, from the hip. Because I try to kill myself that way sometimes. Yep. I hope I don't have another brain aneurysm. And that's crazy, right? But I get so upset. Feeling like nobody cares about me. Nobody fucking loves me. My mom and dad won't let me in their apartment just because my son doesn't want to be around me. Every holiday since COVID, I've been fucking alone. Alone. Completely alone. I hate it. Now Thanksgiving's this week. Oh my God. But I've got somebody like staying with me just for a short period of time. And I was like begging the person, just stay with me until Thanksgiving's over, I can't do another year alone. I spent my birthday alone again. I mean, I did see my parents that day for a couple minutes. My mom made me a cherry cheesecake for my birthday. Yeah, but that thing with my grandpa, see how my mind goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I do go back and start to finish what I'm talking about. That's what someone picked up on me, that I do. I knew I do it, but like it's really amazing watching the way you always finish telling a story. It may take you 3 days, but you'll finish your story and it matches up to what you were saying before because you'll trace back a little bit what you were saying and then start talking about whatever else, and it makes sense. I'm like, just the way my brain is. Because I asked my therapist, I said, could my brain be wired differently than other people's? Because when people smoke crack, I don't fucking skits. I just talk a lot, I get hyper, a little hyper. I don't go looking out my windows, and I don't crawling around the floor like a dog. Looking for little pieces of fucking shit on the floor. Oh my god. I hate people skitzing. That's why I like to smoke alone, you know. Yeah, but I was trying to kill myself a lot of days. I'd go buy hundreds of dollars worth of crack and just fucking try to kill myself. That's why I told my dad, let me just manage my money, and I can always get a couple dollars here and there, get something, but, you know, you could always figure out a way. I don't like lying to them and scheming, and they know everything's a lie. He's like, I wish you would just stop lying to me, he said today. He's like, I never know what, I mean, my mom always says, I never know what to believe when you say shit. Because I was telling her that I was a drug dealer, a bunch of money, and he was going to come and shoot me, come bring over money to me. They weren't even holding money for me then. And I said, Mom, I need $30. I mean, I kept it a small amount, you know, so they could kind of afford it. And I'd be like, come on, Mom, I got you on the first. You fucking know that. And I stay up all night long on the first, usually, when I had my cards. And, like, to make sure my parents get their fucking money, whatever they let me borrow, you know? Not borrow, they take me to the store. I have to give my dad the receipt. All that dumb shit, you know? But, yeah, like, they really helped me. And one time, I was behind on my rent. They cut a check for me for $900 and something. My parents paid for it. My rent, back rent, $900 and something. This has happened, like, 3 times. And another time, I forgot what I was saying. I don't know. I'm just tired today. I only slept about 2 hours last night. I can feel it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you get some rest. This is good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The soldiers. Soldiers don't go down. It's war. Soldiers, they kill other soldiers. We're in a situation where everybody involved knows the stakes.